A lot of people don't know what escape rooms are, so we get people walking through our doors that have never experienced it and probably aren't ready for sort of an immersive experience. We like to freak people out, take them outside their comfort zone, and so seeing that happen is just a lot of fun.
I think that people would be surprised at how many people it takes to bring a room to life or an experience to life.
It's like a barn raising every time we put a room up. I have an assistant named Linda who's lovely. She built this dollhouse behind me. This dollhouse came in 1,300 pieces. And from there we have another director of the company named Benoit. He does all of the fixes for stuff that we have no idea how we're gonna make it work. Sometimes we have third-party contractors who will help us. For example, I have somebody who helps me write scripts for games that require scripts, who is like a playwright and a comedy writer. Lighting technicians come who set up light and sound for me based on a sketch that we plan together. And then sometimes we have set designers come in, but largely as we grow and mature as a company, you think that we use more of those, but we actually have ended up being able to tackle a lot more stuff on our own, which is awesome.
From the very first idea boards where we're just thinking about themes and genres to the sort of scene by scene that we put together, there's just a lot of thinking that goes into the design before you start building out an experience, before you start putting together clue sequences.
So sometimes an idea gets told to me, as in they have an idea about a interesting type of room that they'd like to see, and from there I start to build up what a story could be surrounding that theme, and then I start thinking about what the puzzle pieces would be inside that room based on that story. So you always want to tackle story and theme first, and then from there you tackle character building, you tackle set, and then based on that set you start to put in puzzles that make sense with the set that you've selected, rather than going from puzzle to theme.
I think the quality of our production is really high. I think we pull together experiences better than most. We come from, hospitality and theater backgrounds, a lot of sort of the management team, and so we blend those two disciplines really well in terms of bringing people into our environment, taking good care of them, and then immersing them in a really creative and interesting and elaborate plot, usually in more interesting settings and maybe higher quality settings than some of our competitors.
I think the most important thing when it comes to innovation is surrounding yourself with the right people. When we started Escape Manor, there were 4 of us, and we had to try and come up with wacky ideas all by ourselves.
It could be simply taking a tour of a museum will give you inspiration. It could be, the latest horror movie that comes out that kind of chills your blood and gives you a sense of what's really creepy. And then there's classic sort of genres and themes that people always gravitate towards.
We're at a stage now where we can actually go after and recruit folks that are, smarter than us, more creative than us, wackier than us. We have a brilliant game development manager named Megan Ackland who kicks ass.
I really like having the creative freedom to pitch something to a group of people who are like, okay, we'll hear some more. Like I've had many ideas edited out. I've been trying to put people in cars and underground and in water, and I feel like I'm always a valuable seat at the table, and they always are willing to hear how people want to interact in these rooms.
People like to be scared. As much as they say they don't want to be, they love being freaked out. They can't wait to be startled. They're happy to just jump and scream and be very self-deprecating after the fact. I think it's one of the few environments where you can really just freak adults out and they just love it.
This industry is weird because people almost always ask you when they're going into an escape room, is it going to be scary? Which would make you think that they want the answer to be no, but that is wrong. People are all twisted up and love to be scared. Also, I just think that it's fun to watch your friends get scared. Playing out that experience with your friends really brings you close together, and I find that people talk a lot more after a scary game rather than after a sort of less scary game, a more family-oriented game.
What was originally an escape room company has now become an immersive entertainment company. And so our vision now is to entertain the world through shared adventure. And I think that can mean many things. Today it is escape rooms, but tomorrow it could be ...
Every kind of door leads to a new adventure. You never know what to expect, and people are kind of always waiting in breathless anticipation for what we're going to dream up next.